Welcome to Inspiration, Influence, and Income. I'm your host, Danielle Winningham, and today we're going to be talking about how introverts have just as much opportunity in business as extroverts. And depending on which one you are, and if you don't know what we're talking about, introverts tend to get their energy from being alone, from being quiet, and extroverts are people like me who are extremely gregarious. We like crowds, we like loud places. We like, droves of people, and introverts are not necessarily really like that. And so we're going to be talking about that today with my client, Altovise Pelzer, and some of the success she's had as an introvert in business. Good morning, everyone. And how you too, regardless as to whether you're an introvert or whether you're an extrovert, can push forward in business. And I don't know how many of you that may be listening who may be introverts, who may have difficulty speaking in front of crowds and speaking out in front of people and, just different things. And so we're going to be talking about that this morning, because when I first met Altovise, she was quiet is not even like the term for it. She was very quiet, very introverted, very much to herself, very, very, soft-spoken. And now a lot of you guys know her even as the unicorn. She has zero volume. And she's always talking about something, always doing something, always going live. And so that's a 180-degree switch from when I first met Altovise. And if you guys didn't know, I have a new program called The Black Code coming out, bit.ly/black, BLAQ code. So if you're an introvert and you're ready to come out, the Black Code starts November 9th, and it doesn't make sense for you to stay hidden when somebody somewhere is waiting on your greatness. So with that being said, Altovise, good morning.
Good morning, Cal.
See, that does not sound like an introvert. That does not sound like an introvert. So, I told the story, Altovise, but can you tell the story about where you were when we first met?
So it was interesting because when we first met, I was that brokepreneur. I was that person that I wanted to stay behind the scenes, but I was dibbling in this and dabbling in that, and I never wanted to be out in the forefront. That was never me. I'm great with being the support person. I'm great with being the motivator. That's what I do. But that don't always pay. No way that you feel as though you should be getting paid. Or guess what? Your purpose sometimes is a whole lot greater than you just being the support.
I agree 100%. And, one of the reasons that I feel like I'm a phenomenal coach is because I play against your strengths. If you're an introvert, I'm not always going to be pushing you to the front. And the reason being is that there's so many ways to launch a business without always being in the front. And that's something that I'm going to teach you in the Black Code. But you got to get help, because what's happening is, because you're quiet, you're discounting your voice. And other people who are louder than you get, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So let's talk about that. Altovise.
So it's funny you would say that, because this statement is the one that comes to mind. I signed on with Coach because I saw her results. I don't know who shared out the broadcast, but she was this woman on Periscope, and she was sharing information, and people were running to her broadcast. And I said, well, she has something to say. She's doing really good. I think I have something. I think that's where it starts. I think I have something to offer. I think I have something to say. So let me sign up for her class. And a lot of times people are like, oh, they kind of in that limbo. Do I want to sign up? Do I not want to sign up? Well, this is the statement I want to make to you. I signed up because I saw her results, but I stayed results.
That's deep, Altovise. She said she came because I had results. And she stayed because she had results. Wow. I hear book number 8 is in progress.
Yes! Book number 8 is in progress. In the last 2 years, I think I've done about 10 different speaking engagements. I've done numerous podcasts. I think this week I was hitting it hard with podcast interviews, and it's been amazing. But again, everybody always looks at me and goes, "Oh my goodness, you're doing such a great job. I'm so proud of you." And I go, "Yeah, but I'm still an introvert. I would still like to go and sit on my couch and read a book. I would still like to be able to do those things, and I do those things as well. But can I tell you something? I've been able to get more time for me and my family by walking in my purpose."
And there's so many introverts that have been watching me for so long. One of the reasons I brought Altovise on here is because if you're an introvert, you probably think I'm going to try to make you do what I do. And I'm not. I'm going to let you find your way. That, I'm telling you, is the most powerful thing ever, is to let people find their way. And a lot of you, if you are an introvert, there are different avenues for you to pour yourself into that will get you just as much results, if not more. But again, it's not about you being an introvert or extrovert. It's about, are you willing to make the investment, and are you willing to do the work? Let's talk about that investment, Altovise, because a lot of people are on the fence because it does take a financial investment. What would you tell them about that?
So I would go even broader to say it's not just even a financial investment, but it's an investment of your time, your energy, and money. And a lot of times when we invest time, energy, and money, it's something that we heard somebody, or we saw them do something good, and we didn't really check the results. And so we invested in time, energy, and money in something that really wasn't for us. That's the difference, is that every course that I have been in with Danielle, it's been geared towards me. It can be multiple people in the course, but it's been geared towards me. She takes her time and goes through each and every student. Listen, and she will help you where you are. And not only that, she remembers everything.
Everybody's been saying that. Everybody's been saying, "Coach, don't forget nothing."
She don't forget nothing. And so it was funny because my first time saying that I wanted to go to one of the events was in Vegas. And I said, "Coach, I'm going to go to the event. I'm not going to speak at this one. I'm going to speak at the next one." And so I got to Vegas. It was an amazing experience. And then Fort Lauderdale came around. And I was like, I'm going to, And she said, "Oh, Altovise, didn't you say you were going to speak in Florida?" I did, didn't I? But that started a whole snowball effect that literally put me in front of thousands of different women. So I'm appreciative of it. But yeah, she don't forget nothing, y'all.
It's funny. I remember being at my job, and we had this whole dialogue about introverts versus extroverts. But with me being a manager of so many diverse people over the years, I've had to find ways to manage them both to peak performance. And you don't get anybody anywhere by pushing them to do the things that they're not comfortable with. I will push you. And none of us are comfortable, to be honest. But I still have to find a way to play to your strengths. Corporate America tries to get you to play to your weaknesses. Fix what's wrong with you. That's a waste of time as an entrepreneur. It's a waste of time.
And you know what's funny? I always tell people, and I did a broadcast way last year. I said, when you're at a job, they tell you that you're the best, but treat you like you're the worst. And so as an introvert, a lot of times we are the ones that have great ideas and we never say a word. Or we're whispering our ideas and then somebody else goes forward with that idea. And it's the best idea ever, and we know that we had the idea all along. And so we miss opportunities simply because we will not open our mouths.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. Once you know that a program is for you or a next step is for you, how long are you going to stay in that space? And as you see, believe it or not, Altovise is my MC for my conference. Yeah, little Altovise with the little bitty voice and the back of the room, and would be in class with her lights turned out. But I still noticed her. See, what you fail to realize as a introvert is that you still have an assignment. People still notice you. Another thing you fail to realize as an introvert is that you're not by yourself. You're not. And you're going to always be an introvert. But over time, you learn to speak when needed. It's not about always speaking.
That's right.
But will you speak up to save yourself? Will you speak up to change your lifestyle? Will you speak up to generate more money? Will you speak up to save your family? What are you willing to speak up for? Yeah, so you can't make the excuse that, oh, I'm an introvert and I'm shy and I don't like speaking in public, so I'm just going to stay at this job and let them abuse me, let them use my skills, yet let them steal my voice. I'm just saying.
You know, something that Coach said a little ways back was that, are you making the investment? Are you sowing seed in good soil? And I'm so happy she was on Periscope when she said it, because, you know, she couldn't like bring us into the broadcast or nothing like that, because, you know, everybody was behind the scenes boo-hooing. But she said, you know, I sow into Altovise because she was good ground. And I knew that there was going to be a return on the harvest. That, you know, there was going to be a harvest. There was going to be a return. There was going to be an ROI. The reality is a lot of times you guys are getting in front of people that don't see the ROI. They're not really investing in you. They're not sowing into you. They're taking from you.
Yeah.
They're trying to get as much as they can get from you before they go on to the next one. And I've found that, again, as an introvert, that's usually the people that we come in contact with. So we get scared when it comes time to make that investment in the next person. We're like, oh, but the last person hurt us. The last person lied to us. The last person told us that they were going to do X, Y, and Z, but they didn't. But see, if we keep going by what the last person did, then we can never grab a hold of what the next person has for us.
And here's the thing, guys. Whether you believe it or not, you're not punishing that last person. You're punishing yourself.
Exactly.
And when it's all said and done, don't look at me and say, I'm here to do what Coach is doing. My job is not to make you do what I do. My job is to find what it is that you're supposed to be doing and help you do that. And it may not look anything like what I do. And that's the magic. A lot of coaches will try to make you their best them. I try to make you your best you. And it's a huge difference in that. It's a huge difference. So, yeah, Altovise is my conference MC in Atlanta. She does an amazing job. You wouldn't know it from the stage that she's an introvert. But again, it wasn't an overnight process. She did two things. She got help, number one, and she did the work. She wanted change. How many of you want change? Say me. She wanted change, but she didn't just say, I want change. She said, I want change, and she did the work. And that made all of the difference. So go ahead, Altovise.
Because what I'm going to do is going to blow your mind. It's literally a time you have people to say it's going to take you this amount of time you do stuff on. It's true, it does take time. But it does take time to see something powerful within you. And literally, about 5-minute conversation with Coach, I went from kind of doing some inspirational stuff, some motivational, inspirational stuff, to being his coach. And it was simple questions that no one else had.
Hey, Altovise, your phone, Darius asked, are you calling in from Jupiter and Mars? Because he is so messy, but your phone is breaking up. While Altovise gets her phone line right, I want to say this and talk. Good morning, Trevor, and talk in terms of product creation, because that's what we're gonna do in the Black Code. And we came up with a term the other day. We called it billionaires. And we called it billionaires because billionaires build. And if you're not building a foundation, if you're not building products and services, if you're not building something that the world needs, then what's going to happen, unfortunately, is you're going to be relegated to being a consumer versus having the opportunity to stand in the producer line. Mark Zuckerberg, that's a producer. Bill Gates, that's a producer. Oprah Winfrey, she's a producer. So you got to be asking yourself every day, what am I producing? What is it that I'm leaving on what am I bringing to the market? Because that's all marketing is when are you going to put your products on the market? But a lot of times we sit and we overthink the process. Don't overthink the process. Don't keep saying, should I enroll or should I not? Some of y'all over there doing eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Some of you guys are over there doing, just drawing straws on your future. And it doesn't make sense. Whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, that should not indicate how much money revenue you generate. Because there's always money to be made, and there's so many ways to make it. But what you have to admit is that you don't know how. And since your admission now is not, can I make money or not as an introvert? The admission now is, I need to do what it takes and get the help and get a strategy so that I'm not struggling. Welcome back, Altovise.
I'm back.
I was talking to them, Altovise, about product creation. Can you talk to me a little bit about the products that you have created?
So, I have now in my product store about 40 products and services. I can get on the phone with Coach or be in a class and get 5-10 different products or services just from that one class or that one interaction with Coach. Something that we've gone through, I know that for me, I've always been a creative person, but being at a job, we're not taught to use that creativity to its fullest capacity. We're taught to use that creativity in their, in their parameters.
Right.
We're taught to use that creativity to their greatest ability.
Right.
Not to our own. And so something that she gets you to do is to think. I had to think. I had to sit down and actually put your paper on paper. Always had your pens and your papers with you.
You gotta have your pens and papers, yes.
You gotta be able to go ahead and write some things out, get some creative juices flowing. But the reality of it is a lot of times you have the creativity. You need somebody to draw it out of you. And so I had it. I needed somebody to draw it out of me. And man, I've been creating everything, creating stuff ever since. The Monetize Everything course was the one that like really did it for me, because even though I could create stuff, putting a price on it, you had to see the value in yourself and the value in your products and services. And so that really took me to a whole nother level, because then I really started saying, okay, I'm worth it.
And that's what I did in the Black Code. I took that piece of Monetize Everything. I ramped up the product creation. And so in ramping up the product creation, I ramped up your ability to earn more money.
Exactly.
And the ease in understanding your worth, which is the hardest question each and every one of us have to answer every day. How much am I worth? But if you could see all of your products spread out in front of you in relation to each other, it makes it so much easier to say, okay, I can get that one for free, and I can sell that one for $15, and that one for $50, that one for $450, that one for $1,050, and that one is $3,050. But because some of you have that one size fits all model or no model, then you've never had the opportunity to put on the calculator how much money you're really worth. So again, it's not that introverts should make less money. You've got to learn the tools that you need to be able to generate as much revenue as everybody else.
That's it. And that's exactly what it is, the tools. Because what she gives you is something that you can reuse and reuse and reuse. And I love the ability that in certain classes we can come back. All the classes, you can come back and always watch the replays. Like, you have no excuses.
You have no excuses. You have no excuses, and you have no excuses for signing up. For not signing up, bit.ly/black BLAQ code. We start November 9th and November 11th with Black Code on the 9th and the Black Code Light on the 11th. 8 p.m. on the Thursday, the 9th, and 8 a.m. on that Saturday morning, the 11th. But guys, when you get tired of hiding your voice from the world, when you realize and recognize that God not only gave you a voice, but he wants you to use it. He wants you to use it to be effective in shifting, your horizons and the state of the world. You've got to understand that we got work to do. So for those of you who, again, are introverts, bit.ly/black code, don't keep holding yourself back from freeing yourself. And how free are you now, Unicorn?
I left my job. No, actually, no. I'll say it even better than this. I set a quit date. And when my job let me go 3 weeks early, with a smile, I was like...
And just imagine, Altovise, had you not prepared and your job let you go. See, jobs letting you go is inevitable. Will you take the time to prepare so that if and when you're not inconvenienced?
Exactly.
Inconvenience is a key word for homeless and broke.
Exactly. And a lot of times if you're working a job and living paycheck to paycheck, what's stopping you from making the same amount of money that you make at that job for yourself and your family? Mm-hmm. And I had to have that real conversation conversation with my children and say, who are all teenagers, I had to have that conversation and say, literally, I'm making 6 figures for this company and I might get 10% of that. Barely. And I can make that for us.
For those of you who may be listening that are introverts, again, this is about doing something different. bit.ly/BLAQ code, black code. Don't miss the opportunity to shift your life. If you could have just jumped up and started speaking by yourself, you'd have done it a long, long, long time ago. So don't get this confused with willingness to do this. This is a necessity. This is a necessity. This is not an option. We've been telling you all week it's tax deductible. It's a business expense. Why do you stay where you're tolerated instead of going where you're celebrated?
That's it. And you got to be willing to make that exchange.
You do. Let's talk about community real quick. Because the one thing you may say, I could go to this other coach's class and she can teach me how to create products. Not like I do, but okay. I can go to this other coach's class, and she can teach me how to put my profits on paper. All right. But the one thing I think that separates me from everybody else is the community. I don't know, Altovise, what you think about that?
Go school, scholars, go school, scholars, go school, scholars.
You know, we've been creating community, and not only do we create community, but you when you leave class, you have a new group of supporters.
Exactly.
And you're going to need it. Because your old friends, they may not recognize, they may not resonate with what's going on with you. So you're going to need it. And the link again is bit.ly/blackblaq code, CODE. And for those, and I got a special thing too, for those of you who say, I can't afford coaching, I'm doing a special event tomorrow. And I'm going to show you where to find the revenue for your coaching experience. It's bit.ly/blackcodeprofits. BLAQCODE profits. Tanisha, are you looking to get Altovise or myself? And I'll give you the contact information. So guys, I'm super excited about these broadcasts you've been seeing. We're not only broadcasting them on Spreaker as a podcast. These videos are going to be submitted for syndication. So you'll be able to see these videos on Amazon. Let me get it right. Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV. It's amazing. And I'll tell you a quick story. I started not to create these videos yet. I was thinking, for me to go to syndication, I gotta get my hair done. I gotta have my nails done. But the probability of that happening every day and I work from home is slim and none. So I said to myself, you gotta get going. You gotta get going. And for every day that you don't get going, you're missing out on a potential client that needs you. So when you're playing small, and Lola Black said, this community is wonderful. I met friends just from attending your class. When you're playing small, you have to understand you can't be mad when small comes to you.
Exactly. And that goes back to the community, because a lot of times the community that's built in the classes, they don't allow you to play small. So I went from rocking back and forth in live streams to we would literally support each other going live. We would support each other in launches. We support each other when even success comes. See, so many people think that we got to be an island unto ourselves. We got to do it by ourselves. Pull ourselves up by your own bootstrap. Well, guess what? What happens to the person that only has one boot?
That's right, Altovise. That was deep. That was deep. So, guys, listen. These series of interviews are strategic because I want you to be able to look at some of these, at one or two of these interviews, and be able to see yourself. And Liz, you're absolutely right. It takes a village to make multi-millions. And this is not a journey we're going on alone. This is a journey we're opening up to you guys to travel on as well. But again, you got to be able to do the financial, physical, and mental work that is required to actually break free. And also, Visa, in closing, anything you want to tell them and how can they get in touch with you?
So they can get in touch with me. Of course, you can connect with me. Find Your Voice Now on social media. But if you want to talk to me, bit.ly/talk to Altovise for a free Get Amplified call. And final words would be, listen, sometimes you just got to close your eyes and jump. If you pay attention to the distractions, you pay attention to what's going on in your house, in your finances, in your world, at your job, you won't jump.
Ever.
And the reality is something will always be happening. Something will always come up. And you'll say, I'll do it next time. What if next time doesn't come?
So again, the link for tomorrow is bit.ly/black, BLAQ code profits. bit.ly/black, BLAQ code profits. But again, guys, this is your time. This is your message. We're not going to let you fall and we're not going to let you fail.
Exactly.
But you've got to be there to make a change. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, Altovise. Did you tell the people how they can get in touch with you?
Yes,
You did.
ma'am.
Okay. I'm just checking. And Chantel said, because of the strength of this community, I can't even entertain giving up. You don't want to.
No.
You don't want to. And if that happens, you're going to have more regrets than you are anything. You've been too long to give up now.
Exactly.
All right, folks. bit.ly/black code and bit.ly/black BLAQ code profits for the webinar tomorrow. And I'll see you guys then. I'll be back later. Thank you, Altovise. I love you.
Love you, Coach.
Well, for those of you who say I need products, that's definitely what we're going to be doing in the black code. The B stands for building. Love you guys.